What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the royal drama. It's been a little minute since I talked about any Prince Harry, King Charles, Meghan Markle news, but I saw this about a week ago, actually, and I just am now getting a chance to talk about it. But we know pretty much that Prince Harry and Meghan, they really got on and started getting into their bag by bashing meaning his family and her in-laws. And it's nothing new for families to clash and all that stuff, but when people are doing it for the purposes of making money, for the most part, that's when it can become a problem. There is nothing wrong with talking about your experiences, and even sometimes in people's experiences, they may not be 100% honest about their experiences, or they're making themselves out to be the 100% victim in the entire situation. And so when you're not getting paid for it, it's like, well, big deal. You might piss some people off, but like, what are you really gaining from it? Well, when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has pretty much made a business out of it, but they don't really want to claim that they are in the business of bashing his family and her in-laws for the sake of being able to live the Montecito lifestyle, which is what a lot of people are calling it right now, then that's when a lot of people kind of lose respect. And that's why there are people who were kind of open arms to them in the beginning, but you don't really see a whole lot of them crowding around them, rooting for them and supporting them. And they don't really want to be attached to that, because it gets to the point when even if you have been victimized, this is just the truth of the world. Even if you have been victimized and you were 100% the victim in a situation, people don't want to hear about that over and over and over again, even if it was like the most egregious thing that happened to you. And so that's just the truth. It really is. And I'm speaking from someone who has been victimized. I don't talk about a whole lot of what I've gone through because, to be honest with you, most people don't care. Okay? It's sad, but most people don't care. And those that did care, they don't want to hear about it over and over again. It's like, okay, what are you going to do now? What are you doing to move forward from it? Versus just always constantly wallowing in the pity of it all. So I'm saying all of that to preface this InStyle article, where pretty much King Charles has warned Harry, shut up or else. Now, he may not have said it in those words, but he reportedly will face consequences if he continues to comment on the family. So, amidst Prince Harry and the royal family's ongoing feud, a royal expert is shedding light on the conversations that have been happening behind closed doors. According to royal author Tom Quinn, the royals were reportedly unhappy with all the details and secrets that were divulged in Prince Harry's 2023 tell-all memoir, Spare, and the king reportedly asked his son not to publicly complain about the family anymore during a recent conversation. In an interview with The Mirror, Quinn claimed that although Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's decision to quit their role as working royals in 2020 played into the estrangement, Spare worsened the divide. King Charles reportedly had a problem with Prince Harry airing the family's dirty laundry in his book, which included a scene about his brother, Prince William, physically attacking him during an argument. Harry has been asked directly by his father not to write or say publicly anything further about the family or his brother that might cause trouble. In addition to the fallout from the publication of Spare, the monarch was apparently unhappy that the couple sat down for an interview with Oprah in 2021 and talked more about their exit from the royal family in their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan. Quinn added that Prince Harry going against these wishes might be the last straw for King Charles and the rest of the royals. Everyone knows that when a king asks you to do something, there are going to be consequences if you do not obey. While the royal expert noted that Prince Harry was likely trying to get his family's attention by publicly speaking out about their issues, it was having the opposite effect. Over the years that Harry has complained about his treatment by his family, he has had just one aim: to get an apology and to see his father and brother make amends. Harry just can't see that complaining in private might work. Complaining publicly just makes things worse. And in Harry's case, that means more and more ties to his past being severed. Now, honestly, this would be common sense for most people. It's like, how far do you really think you're going to go by bashing and trashing people publicly? And some people might say, well, I tried to speak to them privately and they wouldn't speak to me. Well, do you think doing the public thing is going to make them bow to their knees and say, oh, I was wrong. Let's try to make amends now? No, that's just going to piss people off even more. So while there might be some thought that he was of the mindset going public about these things was going to cause the royal family to take him seriously and speak to him privately, that may have been a thought for him, because I don't really think that it shouldn't be this way. But some people who are privileged, like he is, don't really have common sense because their life hasn't been common. But he married someone that should have some common sense. One, Meghan Markle. Two, she's older than he is and has had, I feel, more life experience. And so, yeah, she's got the common sense, but unfortunately, she was in it for a bag and for the opportunity to level up outside of being a working royal, but still having the prestige and the titles and all of those different things that came along with being married to Prince Harry. So she wasn't going to think about his personal life journey and his personal family ties, because it was about making the money to be able to afford the lifestyle that they wanted to be able to live, and maybe even in some way had no choice but to live, because that's actually one of the trappings of becoming someone that is very well known or famous. There are expenses that you have to keep the crazies away from you. So while I understand that they need security and all of the different things like that, there's just some things that it's like you either need to decide to walk away completely, or you're going to have to sacrifice in order to try to, I don't know, save yourself. Well, I don't know if Prince Harry's going to take heed to that, but he might be attempting to do so, because it's also been reported that he's looking for a permanent UK home as the anti-Meghan Markle friends avoid LA. So he's looking for a permanent home in UK, it's been reported, so his friends who don't get along with his wife can visit him, a royal expert claimed. So Tom Quinn, he spoke to The Mirror, and he said that Harry does miss some aspects of his old life in London. So inevitably, the honeymoon period where everything in the US is new and exciting is coming to an end, and Harry is looking back at the past through rose-tinted spectacles. He said that Harry misses his army and college friends who allegedly have not visited him in California because they don't get along with Meghan, who he married in 2018. Harry is determined to find his own permanent home in the UK, which is partly why he's continuing his legal action to get the British taxpayer to pay for his security. He and Meghan have not had a home in the UK since the King evicted them from the Frogmore Cottage early last year. The mansion they're living in now is 9 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms, as well as a pool, tennis court, and a 2-bedroom guest house. So with it just being he and Meghan and the 2 little kids, they definitely have more than enough room for friends of his to come over and visit and stay. 16 bathrooms. Like, this is the type of stuff when I hear about things like this, is like, the excess is unreal. I have no problem with people living well, But it's another thing when you're just like over the top ridiculous with it all. So for 4 people, they need 9 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms. Okay, girl. And I say okay, girl, for Harry and Meghan. But at any rate, he misses his old life, and so he wants to find a home in the UK where he can go and stay, and his friends can come and visit him because they're just not feeling Meghan. Anyway, guys, I don't think that Harry and the things that he has been talking about was just for the sake of trying to get his family to pay attention to him, because he's been trying to speak to them in private about his personal grievances. I do believe that the majority of it was for money, but it's gotten to the point now where it's like, what else could you really say? Because honestly, the things that he did talk about, for the most part, were pretty petty, albeit like, seriously, your brother threw something at you? Like, was that breaking news? I mean, seriously. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that and get your thoughts on it, so you can let me know in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.